What is up, guys? It's your boy Phil Schalker, the Nice Hedgehog here with our Week 5 Team Builder G8DL. If you guys didn't check out the last battle, we lost just because we won. I made a massive misplay in clicking a certain move. I also just kind of didn't play the smart. The smartest I could have played. In the sense of the regard. So, there was that. But we're going to try to bounce back from that week and just do our best. If you guys can, hit the like button down below it already. Subscribe to join the Phil Schalker crew today because you'll be feeling, well, the king of the crew. So let's go ahead and get into this team builder. We're going against Topsy-Turvy here in this matchup. And he's got Galarian Weezing, Gastrodon, Dragapult, Arcanine, some Frostmoth, Jolteon. So we have to get against my child, which is not really happy. Bisharp, Xatu, and Greedent. His G-Max is actually G-Max Machamp, which could be a problem if we're not careful. So, looking at this matchup, I don't see Greedent coming. I think there's no reason for it. Xatu has some merits, but I think I have too many things on my team that counter and check it very well. Bisharp may potentially come, but I think there's too much of my team that can kind of check Bisharp in return in some way. Jolteon can come if he's got a strat that he's thinking of doing for his team. I won't go into why exactly. Frostmoth very well could be the 6th Mon on this team because of the fact that if it starts Quiver Dancing, my team actually struggles versus it. Arcanine, I think, definitely has to come, otherwise he struggles to break through Fair Form, which is, by the way, if you guys don't know, we've made 2 transactions. We dropped Aegislash because it was doing jack diddly squat for my team, so I wanted to get rid of it, which meant I picked up Fair Form, but I had to drop my Grass type and Boo, which I didn't like. But I will redraft Rillaboom in some other league in the future. I 100% will. I love this thing. I love Rillaboom. It's really good. So there's that. Dragapult always comes. If he doesn't bring Dragapult, that actually will surprise me. Even though Dragapult does have a relatively terrible matchup, Dragapult just needs things weakened down, and then he just comes and clicks some buttons versus me. Gastrodon has to come. Otherwise, Lapras beats it 100%. Weezing comes because neutralizing gas and to be a grounded poison type, so we can not get poisoned and everything else like that. And then G-Max Champ comes because it's just going to be a massive threat versus my team if it starts getting its G-Max off early in the beginning of the match. So let's break down the team we have for you guys this week. And one of our mons that basically can actually win us this game if we play it right is Weakness Policy Lapras. Weakness Policy Lapras is super good this match. We're running a mixed defensive Lapras with 196 HP in 100, like I said, in HP, 160 defense, and 152 speed depth with a sassy nature. I'm running a little more Fizz depth than the speed depth, but the Fizz depth is going to be boosted more than the Fizz depth itself. But this basically lets me get my Aurora Veil up, and then I can just click buttons versus this team. We are running Iron Head, Freeze Dry, Surf. Oh, it's seen 3 moves this last 2 weeks you have, but this time I'm running Zen Headbutt. Zen Headbutt checks Weezing 100%, and will check Machamp. But the best thing about this is it comes out Psychic Surge, which means if he's got Bullet Punch, he can't click Bullet Punch versus me. If he's got that Machamp as a way to check Perfume in a late game situation, so that's really good as well. And in case he was also chips out and knock out my Pokemon, so that's really, really good that he can't do that. Basically, this mon could potentially do a lot of games. Up next, we got Thorny or Theraform this week with Stealth Rock, Late Seed, Bulldoze, and Power Up. He's got no way to remove hazards except for Defog on his Weezing if it is not neutralizing gas. But if it's neutralizing gas, that's going to be good for him because it's really good versus our team. That's at the regard. Stealth Rocks are really just good to get some hazards up on the side of the field. Leech Seed is the main important thing in this matchup because he does not have a Grass type, which means you can take Leech Seed every single time versus him. Bulldoze is there for speed control, potentially in late game situations if I really want to, and catch an Arcanine on a switch in if it's not Arc, because it could very well be Intimidate. It also very well could not be, so it's definitely going to be something we have to worry about. One thing I am going to have to worry about is that Arcanine. If that Arcanine is what I think it is, then I could be in some big, serious trouble if I am not careful at how I play it. And then Power Up is just generally good stab. That way we don't get walled by Gastrodon and we can be able to hit some stuff still really hard. We're especially defensive with max HP, 184 in speed depth with the sassy nature, 68 defense for a little bit of Fizz depth, and 4 in attack just to give us a little extra. This is the set that is on Showdown, and I think it's time we rock with it because I think it's going to be a need. We're running 4 in HP, which funny enough, 4 in speed lets me actually outspeed max speed Dragapult, which is meant to be doing with this set with Unburden. Adamant, max attack, max HP. Once we get a curse, these 3 moves will just destroy his team 100%. So we do need to be careful how we play this Mon. And this very well could also be, again, another win con for the team. So that's going to be something we have to be very careful about. And the fact that this thing could also just really be... See, this is why I'm scared with Arcanine in the Senseless Guard. I don't think he'll just bring Arcanine on me right off the bat. I think his best thing to do is to bring in a physically defensive Gastro versus me, or bring in Weezing immediately on me. That is, I think, his best thing to do in that situation. I don't, because Arcanine, he would need to make sure it stays healthy enough to be able to check at least Ferrothorn, because without it, he can kind of check it, but also kind of can't. So that's going to be something we have to be very, very careful. Because if Curse does not activate before that Intimidate, we are screwed, because then I am -1 speed when I am burdened, and then it cripples the fact I cannot take on a certain Mon of his team, and then maybe I can outspeed everything, but it's not Dragapult. So that's the one that we have to be very careful of. Up next, we're bringing back Ozzy, baby. Ozzy probably should have came in last week because of what it could do, but this Mon is really going to be good this matchup. We actually are running enough speed to outspeed a max speed Machamp. 108 in Spadef, 132 in HP, max attack Adamant. I am looking to punch holes versus his team. Obstruct is really good. For one, it can destroy his G-Max turns and give him a -1 defense drop. Knockoff is super good and spammable versus his entire team. Parting Shot is really good, so I do need to be careful if he does have Bisharp, though, so it's going to be something we have to be careful of. And then once I get my Facade up, there is no safe switches to my Facades at all. Everything gets 1 to 2 shotted, essentially, and that's just going to be a monster house of this team. And then this could very well also help him in this game. This Mon and this next Mon, which is Coffergus, a new member, actually puts in so much versatility and work into this game. Trick Room is really good, so I can spam my Shadow Ball, but I'm also rocking Nasty Pulp, but I'm also rocking Will-O-Wisp. We don't get access to Focus Blast and Hand Power, so it does suck, and kind of cripples what we can do against a Bishop. But again, I have things against Bisharp that can kind of not win versus me, so I think he's going to be tempted not to bring it. So that's why I'm going with Coffergrigus. Coffergrigus with Shadow Ball is spammable versus an entire draft. Once I get a Trick Room up, I basically get a Nasty Plot off, I can win this game. What I do need to be careful is when I click Will-O-Wisp, because more than likely that Machamp is going to be Guts Machamp, so I have to be very careful not to burn him. The main thing you do is Bisharp is not here. I click Nasty Plot as soon as I click my Trick Room, and then I can just live any one hit from Machamp and then just fire back some mean, mad Shadow Balls. We are running Calm Nature, so that way I should take at least a hit or 2 from the Dragapult if it is not max special attack, which may well make sense for him to be. Max HP to give us a lot of bulk, 16 defense to give us a tiny bit of default, and 132 in special attack to give us some power in between those nasty plots. And another one that very, 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 very well can win me this game, potentially, if I get a Trick Room off. Trick Room, Moonblast, Energy Ball, Psychic with my Perfume. This Mon, basically, if he gets a Trick Room up, I click buttons versus his entire team. If he wants to try to bring in that thing on 2-time, I 2-shot. If 1-shot, Bisharps. I 1-shot pretty much. I can pretty much 1-shot, I believe, everything on his team, essentially, with max HP, max special attack, Quiet, with 4 and Spadef. The only thing that can, I think, take a hit from me is any potential Roselli berries and stuff like that. But basically, if Perfume comes in on any type of Trick Room user and can come in and set up its own Trick Room, it will win me this game. Because Psychic is there for the Weezing, and if Weezing doesn't come in before I get my Trick Room up, Weezing pretty much just dies. Because I'm pretty sure I always live one hit, if not 2 hits from Weezing, and then I can get rid of that thing. It goes bye-bye, like bye-bye-bye. So this Mon, very well. I have a lot of potential Mons that can win us this game, or just scribble it down to where the other win con comes on top of this. There are so many win cons in this game that it is not funny. So I definitely think we have a chance to win this game. And we kind of have to win this game. we don't, it's make it or break it the last 2 weeks. That's literally how it's going to be. But that's going to be the team, guys. Definitely leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe to join the First Shocker today. Until the next video in the battle, guys, I have been First Shocker, the United States Judge. Thank you so much for checking out the video and being a part of the further show. Till next time, guys. Bye.